下一个那个式子是说，我们还可以把2乘2的矩阵看成一个椭圆。So in this next equation, we can look at an ellipse equation as a matrix equation, and we can simplify or visualize the ellipse using this orthogonal diagonalization. 所以应该是从最右边来看 ，x5 乘以 x1 平方加上8 x1 x2 加上5 x2 平方等于1，这个是一个椭圆。The most right-hand side is an ellipse equation. How do we know when it's an ellipse equation and when it's not an ellipse equation? We need to visualize. So even though the coefficient 5, 8, 5 or any other positive coefficient will be positive, it does not mean it's always an ellipse equation. So the best way is to do a matrix diagonalization to visualize the ellipse. Let me first show you this, and we will go back to that slide. 所以刚刚那个式子的那个椭圆长得像这样，但是我们就是说，透过对角化，我们可以判断说它到底是怎么样子做歪斜的现象，然后哪边是长轴，哪边是短轴。So let's go back and look at the equation and see how this figure was obtained. We know that orthogonal diagonalization will be a P times D times P transpose. Then we can look at P transpose x1, x2 as our new vector y1, y2. And then our equation can be simplified to the simple form of which is clearly an ellipse equation. When both coefficients are positive and we only have square terms, then it's clearly an ellipse. Then from the coefficients, we can determine the lengths of the long axis and the semi-axis, the major and minor axes. How do we determine its tilting position? By what? 怎么样子判断它的倾斜度呢？ If we plot this on the x1 and x2 graph, then this is an ellipse that looks like this. What should this value be? By 它用 x1, x2 to 来表达来坐标的话，那这个短轴的两边的坐标分别是什么？What is the x-intercept? What are the x-intercepts of this ellipse with? 对不起，是说 y1 intercepts。那个泥巴，对啊。
是那个嘛 ，x1 除以根号加 x2除以根号等于 y1。另外一个话就是 x1除以根号减 x2除以根号等于 y2。
那是刚刚那个倾斜这个问题。那我们现在问的问题是更简单的问题。现在只是在问说，假如用 y1、y2 来画坐标的话，那这边的焦点会是什么？
就是它点位嘛。
对啊，点位。
就另其中一个就可以找到它那个。
没错啊，就是所以只有 y2 等于0的话，这边就是1/3，所以我们会知道这边是比较短的那一边嘛。This is 1/3 0 and negative 1/3 0. This value would be 1 and 0 1 and 0 negative 1. It is very easy for us to plot ellipses that are straight, right? But if we want to determine the plot of the other ellipse that is here, then we have to transform class is up, time is up, so we will continue some other time. But why? If we want to transform that back to the x1 and x2, then we make a rotation, which is what the P is doing for us. When P is an orthogonal matrix, it's a rotation matrix. And then we can visualize the ellipse in our original coordinates, x1 and x2. Okay. Since the class has ended, so we will continue next time, or Dr. Zhuang will continue this part for you. 那个课程网页什么的，你们都知道了吗？Do you all know the